chat on UAE family offices, where we will delve into emerging investment strategies and market trends shaping the financial landscape of the region. Family offices in the UAE are transforming their investment approaches, expanding beyond traditional asset classes and embracing alternative investments, venture capital, real estate, and digital assets. With a strong commitment to impact-driven and ESG-focused investing, these offices are not only securing financial returns but also driving innovation, sustainability, and long-term economic growth. Today's conversation will provide exclusive insights on how family offices are adapting to the new market dynamics, navigating financial risks, and capitalizing on high-growth opportunities. Leading this insightful discussion, it is an honor for me to present two wonderful ladies, distinguished figures in the investment and financial strategy space, Ms. Yasmin Al-Mostahi, Managing Director of Beacon Hills, and Ms. Mahra Rashad Al-Suwaidi, CEO of Horizon Energy. Thank you very much. Floor is yours.
Is this better? Yes. Thank you, Emma. Thank you, Tech Support. Thank you to the audience for taking the time to be here. And of course, thank you, Mahra, for taking the time to be in this fireside chat. We'd like to get some insights. We have about 20 minutes to go through a lot of questions. So perhaps could we please start with you giving us a little bit of background of yourself, your family business, Horizon Energy, and how you ended up in this role.
So Awal Shay, welcome to the attendees today. Thank you for taking the time to come and see our conversation. I'm really glad to see Abu Dhabi to have such a vibrant institution and individuals who are considered, in my view, high valued, high net worth community to come together in Abu Dhabi. It's great to see that. It's heartwarming for myself. My name is Mahra Al-Suwaidi. I'm the CEO of Horizon Energy. How I came to this business was 4 years of constant nagging to my chairman, who's my father. I was working in Mubadala for almost 13 years, and I saw that at some point there has to be a transition of legacy, and there has to be a succession plan. So I thought that I would be the best in that role just because of my experience, but foremost, I was the eldest, so it was already a given rule that the eldest should be given that opportunity. I'm fortunate enough that my chairman is accepting women to have such a high stressed position. So alhamdulillah, I'm very fortunate with this. طبعا everything is before with God's giving. كل شيء من فضل رب العالمين. And this is how I came to it. 4 years, and I got a call. Chairman said, "Are you busy?" I said, "No, Chairman, we can have lunch." I was at Mubadala at that time. He said, "No, it's not lunch, it's for good." I said, "Yes, no problem." Right there and there, I made that decision. Went to the CEO of Mubadala at that time directly. I had a meeting, and I said, "Your Excellency, I'm leaving." He was, taken back a bit. He said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm very loyal, and I have been for the start of my career. I've always been under Mubadala." He said, "Where are you going?" I said, "It's going to be with my father." He said, "That's the best school. Go ahead." And truly it was, alhamdulillah. It's been a nerve-wracking, high-stress journey for me. But I'm happy. I'm happy where I am, alhamdulillah.
And excuse me, how long had your family been in the energy sector before you joined them?
So my chairman used to be the EMP director of ADNOC. He's always had a career in exploration and production. Since he graduated from high school, he went to university under ADNOC sponsorship program and started his career there. So this DNA of energy is already instilled within us since we were young. And when he left ADNOC, he started his own firm, his own company, consultancy. From there, it just, alhamdulillah, started to pick on, and we started to invest into and have partners into other businesses. Let me say, the ethos of Horizon Energy is that we always partner with people who have the expertise in their industries. So it's never 100%, it's always on a partnership basis. We invest up to 30%, that's our sweet spot, and we make sure that it's investments that resonate within our capabilities, our strength, make sure that there is value that is created, not only for us, but also for the community. So there has to be an element of community, giving back to the community. So this is how we've been.
And have you seen an evolution in your investment strategy from the time that Horizon Energy was started by the previous generation, the chairman, and where you are today? Has there been changes in your strategy, or have you been able to maintain it?
I think less risky, if
Less
anything.
risky.
No. Chairman strategy is still instilled within our own charter, is that we always invest in high capital, high yielding investments and opportunities. It doesn't have to be local in the UAE, it can be also overseas. But the key factor is that we need to see that we're not only financial investors, there has to be a strategic element into it where we can be part of that growth story. If we're not part of that growth story, it doesn't make sense to us. We're not financial investors. So what we've done differently now is that since the UAE, alhamdulillah, has many different visions, so we make sure that we in PAR have our strategies aligned with the UAE vision. So for example, the $300 billion industry 2031 vision, such as the green 2030 climate vision, we need to make sure that we're aligned with them.
And has that included diversifying into parallel sectors, or have
Very
you
much so. Because of the visions that I told you, we started to invest into manufacturing. Alhamdulillah, we have 3 manufacturing sites. One of them is called Reshaping Gulf Steel Industry, which on a world level, on a global level, we won the first award to be the first net zero steel manufacturing plant in the world. So that was a great achievement for us, alhamdulillah. We were also awarded and honored in United Nations October Climate Week event. We have also another entity called Union Chlorine, which is a chloralkali chemical plant. We've expanded it to Qatar, and we're looking also to how to expand it to other regions. So at the end of the day, we just align ourselves with the strategy. So for example, in AGSI, we had to align with the industrial strategy. At the same time, we had to align with the green climate vision. And this is how we just position ourselves differently than others.
And do you consider that impact investing? And if not, what is your approach to impact investing in general?
So for us, we do most of our impact investing not locally, but internationally. We have to make sure that the community is somehow involved with whatever we do, whether it is with internship or even mentorship with the top management on those countries. We do have, of course, a Zakat fund. This Zakat fund is done for overseas projects. We work with our own embassies here and abroad, and with the host company embassies in the UAE. So alhamdulillah, we've been fortunate enough to work in the countries that we invest in to make sure that whatever money we've earned through those investments in those foreign companies, that we give back to them. It doesn't have to be direct, but for us, that's enough. So this is how we do it.
And do you play a role in either local or international early stage companies in form of direct investments or others, something other than the CSR?
So like I said, we're not financial investors. We have to make sure that we invest into entities that we feel we give value. So it has to have a minimum that we have to have a shareholder and board member seat. There are reserved matters that, if we don't have it, then it's just a blockage. It's a no-brainer. We need to have those instilled for us to go into that project. And it's just making sure that our voice is heard. So as long as our voice is heard, as long as we feel we are part of the company, it's a marriage. I have to know who my partner is. I have to make sure that I'm able to speak to them, that we see things eye to eye. And that usually happens, and we get to know it from the first 2 meetings. I've had an investment which we turned down from meeting the chairman. So we met the CEO, great meeting. We were completely aligned with his vision. His chairman, I won't say the name of the company, but it's a large fund from the US. So the chairman came all the way from the US. We sat down with him. Chairman and I just looked eye to eye. 40 minutes from the meeting, we left. We said, thank you very much. We don't see things eye to eye. Good luck with, why? I came all the way. I said, I have to be the bad guy. So there's a yin and yang relationship between me and my chairman, and I'm usually the one who barks. So I said, listen, thank you for coming. We're happy to host you in our house, but to speak on anything except us being partners.
Yes.
So it happens.
So what is that criteria that you look for in a partner, other than your strong involvement in the business through the forms of shares or board seats? What's the sweet spot that makes you look at an opportunity and decide this is what you want to be involved
Ethics.
in? Ethics.
Yeah. For us, it's ethics. We have to make sure that we see things eye to eye. We need to make sure that, from a mind, that our minds speak to each other before our words say it. So it's that type of relationship. There has to be a chemistry. If there isn't, then it's not worth the time.
Yeah. That's very unique, at least from what I see. And Mara, what is your long-term vision for Horizon Energy?
Long-term vision is that we feel the UAE is quite saturated. Alhamdulillah, the UAE is a key foreign direct investor hub for a lot of entities, funds, countries. We feel that we need to expand abroad, and we're looking into investments into Africa, mainly in West and East Africa. Those are the places. They have to be under the SEPA program. SEPA program is the program between the UAE and those host countries to have minimum or no tariffs at all, and there are other also incentives under it, including foreign direct investment protection. So we have to be under the SEPA program. It's basically going abroad. The competition is fierce. Yes, it increases your efficiency, but at the same time, it minimizes or diminishes your margins. So we're looking at expanding overseas.
You mentioned next generation succession planning. What are you doing within your family now to prepare your next generation to be involved in or take over the business?
So what we've done is that, of course, we provide mentorship to our, to the third generation, sorry. So we provide mentorships to the third generation. They are obliged to have a yearly 2-week internship, free internship at our offices or at our plants. But most of all, what we've done is that we spoke to our government, and we've been speaking to them for the last 6 years. We need to have some type of charter, family charter, that is protected by the Sharia compliance system that we have in place. Unfortunately, the will is not yet recognized by the Sharia, شو المحكمة? Courts. So what we've done is, but the earth, which is the inheritance, is. So they're clashing, they're colliding against each other. Alhamdulillah, it's been a very long journey of almost 2.5 years. There is a new entity called Awqaf Abu Dhabi, which helps to protect family offices, succession planning, how the fund is going to be initiated. As long as you are part and registered with Awqaf, whatever will you have instilled will be protected. So it's been 2 years in work in progress, but it's been announced January 3rd that it is already established. So, and I think the speaker is going to be speaking about it during AIM. Great gentleman, Mr. Qasim, genius. It's basically replicating the Yale endowment program. So we are going to be one of the first family offices to sign with them. Alhamdulillah.
I think that was actually the first time that I met you was revolved around this discussion. Yes,
exactly.
I remember.
Yeah.
And a final point, one piece of advice that you would give other UAE-based family offices to align their wealth, purpose, and ethics, since you mentioned ethics.
You need to have an honest conversation if you have, part of your family which is in charge or a chairman of that said family office. You need to have an honest conversation to see how will it work, who's going to be involved in it. You also need to have that really tough question to ask. What should I do in order to gain your trust to have that business? It's a very difficult question to ask. And even more difficult to ask, what happens if God forbids you pass away? How should we react to this? So these are the questions, very hard, very tough questions you need to ask. The second thing is that you have to align with the strategy of the UAE. From the start to the beginning, you need to know what's the investor journey. Things are every day evolving, and you just have to make sure that you're there on the spot, understanding exactly what's going to happen, if not today, but for the next year. I think these are the two aspects that you have to concentrate on, making sure that you always understand what's going to happen for your businesses, your concerned businesses, today and for the next 3 years. Ask the question to the ministers, ask those questions to the relevant government bodies, and tell them, I want to understand from A to Z what's my investor journey. And of course, the second is internal. You just have to ask those really tough questions.
Thank you, Mayra. I think we're out of time. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to talk with you and to see you. Thank you to the audience again for being here. And I'd like to welcome the next group, which I'm sure Emma is going to lead us into. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoy the rest of your time. Thank you.